Welcome to the channel. I am James, and today I am bringing you my Vanguard portfolio update for the month of July. The last time I did one of these was February, so it's been a long time coming. Apologies for that. I know you guys are interested in the portfolio update videos. Let's get straight into it. The Vanguard portfolio value is currently £80,196.02. This is split between my pension and my ISA, and we're going to be talking about the ISA first, so let's get straight into it. The ISA value currently is £72,725.83. So what is a ISA? Well, the ISA is the individual savings account. There are four types: the cash ISA, the stocks and shares ISA, which I'm currently using, the innovative finance ISA, and the lifetime ISA. You do not pay any tax on the interest on the cash in the ISA, or income or capital gains from the investments on the ISA, which is really good. Putting money in the ISA, you can put every tax year, which is April to April, you can save up to £20,000 in one of these ISAs. And the only one I have is the stocks and shares, so I'm putting the 20,000 into there. What is 20,000 a year in months? Well, £1,666. And if we go, you can see I've got 15,000 remaining for the 2022-2023 ISA allowance. And if I review the payments, I am putting in the max £1,666. So I do want to try and max out the ISA, as it is a tax-free way of investing. Now, if we go to the investments, can you please give a like on the video? It really helps me out. Subscribe if you're not already. A lot of people who watch this video are not subscribed, so I would appreciate it if you do, because I will be bringing out monthly updates, I promise. Let's see if I actually do it. If I go to the holdings of the Vanguard ISA, it is currently exclusively the S&P 500 VUSA with a 99.94% weighting. The rest is cash. We'll talk about cash in a second, but this is the only holding in my portfolio. So what is VUSA, you ask? Well, VUSA is the Standard & Poor's 500 index. It's Vanguard's ETF of that. It's a index, which is the capitalization weighted index of 500 US stocks. This is the top 500 US stocks. What is this to do? Well, it's designed to measure performance of a broad domestic economy to the changes of aggregate market value of 500 stocks representing all major industries. Also, what does that mean again? Well, if we go to the portfolio data here, it's got 500 of the top US stocks. You can see currently the number one holding is Apple with about 6.5%. That is because Apple is the largest company in the US and the largest company in the world, and they have a market cap of 2.3 trillion, whatever that is. So they are the largest holding because they are the largest stock relative to all the other ones. Next would be Microsoft, slightly smaller than Apple, with 5.99%. When Microsoft's stock price and market cap was more than Apple, it was the largest holding. It's relative. If Apple, something went wrong with Apple and they went to zero, this would be removed completely from the holdings, and the other stocks would take a percentage and a new one would be brought in. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because Apple is one of the main drivers. But you can see here, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Berkshire, United Health, Johnson & Johnson, Video. We'll go to the next page as well. Facebook, Exxon, Procter & Gamble, JP, etc., etc. So these are the top 500 American companies. If we look at the sectors, this is the weighted exposure. These are the sectors that they can be, but currently information technology is the largest with around about 26.8%. The reason for this is because of the massive tech boom that sort of really fueled the market since 2000. Now, there's been times in history where this was not. I imagine financials and energy. Exxon was one of the largest companies in the world. Now it's top 15. It was previously the most. This could change in the future, but right now technology seems to be the main driver of the S&P, which is why some people don't like investing in it, because of its large weighting. Quarter of the entire VUSA is information technology. Personally, I'm not too worried about that, but yeah, I'm going to keep on investing as long as I can on this. Total cost £64,000. Current value is 72. That's a change of 8,200. Now, I have not actually invested £64,000. You'll see that on a different screen. I'll talk about the reasons for this in a second. But if we click on this, you can see, and we'll expand the 5-year chart, and we'll expand the record so you can see a bit longer. I started investing in 2018 and have been putting in monthly pretty consistently the entire time, except a little dip here between April and, where was that? August because I was buying a house at the time, and wish I could have put some money in there because you can see there was a little dip, but you sometimes can't always do what you want, which is fine. And if we go down here, we have all the transactions. So let's go back in time. I was investing monthly regularly, not as much, about £250 a month where I could. This was slowly increasing over time. If we go on this page, which was the COVID crash, I was investing more and more and more. I bought quite a lot on the COVID crash. These were manual deposits, and we got quite a bit lucky and even timed the bottom where I was putting a few £1,000s in because I had some extra capital to put in. But now what I'm doing is invested the max amount I can. Here I was trying to catch up with the ISA allowance, and I almost did, but I didn't be able to invest the full amount, and then I'm now investing the full amount as of the last couple of months. You can see here in January 28th, there was a 16,300 buy of 264 units at £61.92 a share. This is not me putting in the money. This is me transferring my Life Strategy 100 shares, which was the other Vanguard portfolio I was using, and then putting everything in VUSA. Those have been about the same. The Life Strategy and VUSA have performed pretty equally over the last year, but overall VUSA is the one I want to invest in, and one of the reasons for that is the dividends, which I'll be talking about in a second. So if we look at the performance, this is the actual amount of money I've deposited, which is £59,940.09, and this has returned me £12,785, which is, if my maths is correct, about a 22% increase over this time. With annualized, is only about 5-6%. Which isn't great, but we've had some pretty tough times at the minute, and I much rather would have invested than not invested. If we go to the transactions, this is something where we can see more of the purchases and the dividends that were done, which is here. This was the most recent purchase, and you can see the smaller purchases are on the dividends. Now, if we go back to this screen and go to Vanguard's website, is great, but it also has a little bit of trouble there. The calculation side, this has the breakdown. So those investments sold is not really correct because I sold them and put them in. I would say this is a more correct number. Interest on the cash, because I was holding cash. When you get paid the dividends, they go automatically into the cash, and then you have to either reinvest them or use them to pay the fees, which get taken out quarterly. And I did have cash incorrectly for quite some time and was gaining interest on it, but I should have been investing it immediately. Dividends, there is the total dividends have been paid over £1,282.08, and tax is zero, as I talked about at the start. Charges £169, so overall that is an increase of £12,785, which I am very, very happy with. This is what I wanted to show for the dividends, because this is the main reason why I switched to full VUSA, and I do believe the capital appreciation on VUSA will be greater than the Life Strategy 100 over time, because it has been, and I know past performance is not the indicator of future, but I do have faith more in the American markets than a combination of the UK and the American. I think the FTSE 100 and things like that are more stable. As proven right now, the American markets are down 20%, whereas the FTSE is relatively flat, but overall you will not get the increases as much. So, dividend. This is one thing that people like. There you go. This was my most recent one. It was 21 pence per unit, and overall that got me a value of £242.07, and I immediately bought 4 Vanguard shares with that for free because they were paid on dividends. If we go back a little bit further, this was one that was paid in April. It was £208, and then immediately bought 3. The reason why I couldn't buy 4 of these because you can't buy fractional shares of the Vanguard, and they were £54 at that price, so it would have been slightly more, and same with here. If we go back in time to the start, let's just keep having a look for dividends and see. Well, we'll watch some decrease, actually. I think that's probably easiest. That was £208, and we go back to here. I got £128, £122. Now, this isn't going to increase that exponential rate because I did transfer a lot of funds from there, but then I was only getting 100. So now, from getting a few £100 a month to £200 a month, this will now steadily increase, and I'll be able to invest in more Vanguard S&P 500 shares. So currently I'm getting £1,000 a year in Vanguard dividends. I would like that to be £1,000 a month, but I think I'm just gonna have to keep on investing. Oh, and finally, just quickly talking about the pensions. I'm trying to move all my pensions from previous jobs into my Vanguard. Obviously, my current job has got a different pension provider, so that's where the main bulk of the pension is. These are little ones that I had early in my career. So I am trying to move them all in the Vanguard just so I can see them and track them. And I am investing them in the S&P 500 because I thought I would get bigger gains, because the pensions are quite low in terms of their sort of risk tolerance and things like that. And as you can see, it's worked out great. £7,470, and I'm down £200. So I've bought at the peak, but let's just keep on holding and hope that the American markets keep on going up. So I am very in the American markets at the minute, but I do think overall it is the best solution. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Please give a like on the video, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys next time.